do you need help cleaning up the games and things to the other side? Who has freed Sequana? Freed Sequana, the Titan of Love. Okay, there's a couple of you. Did you receive an object? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, okay. So, but yeah. So that's why when I hear the la la, I think that's actually. I actually think we're pretty good on the story. I don't think I need to tell any more. Because I think we've communicated what's important about the story.
You would completely miss whole wings of it, because like I never got up to the top of the tower of this.
Shuttered Eye.
But I ended up going over to Necropolis, and I ended up finishing.
Yes.
I was confused at the end, but I ended up getting to the end and talking to the guy.
Correct. And so, by the way, it was originally that seeing Min Liang 10 was an option. At the moment, it is no longer an option. It is now mandatory. And that's one of the things that changed. But by the way, at the time it was an option. It was just an option. You really didn't have to. You might not. You could skip it forever. Although the clues to do it were present, and if you'd got the clue, it would show up as a task. And so you likely would have eventually bumped into it and eventually done it. And you will. An option that will come in on the journal is the ability to abandon a task, so that you can just decide. I've been to the Tower of the Shroud Eye. It's not interesting to me. It's too hard, or I'm just not interested for whatever reason. And I don't want to see it on my task list because I've made a decision of not doing it. Let me just hide it. Adjusting what? Are you talking about attributes? So now we're going to have a philosophical difference, you and I, on this subject.
I understand that, but the reality is, when I walk up to somebody and punch them, they're going to have a reaction of being punched. In the game, that doesn't exist. Right now, there's no responsive reaction.
But no. So if you're saying that people ought to be more responsive, I agree. If you're saying that you ought to know what the score addition and subtraction is based upon how you treat somebody, then I would say no.
Skyrim didn't give us that either. They simply said, you're doing this for this group, or you're doing this against this group. So they never said, you're going to gain X number of points, or you're going to hurt this number of points. They never gave that. It was just a way to say, this is in favor of the guards of Argus, or this is in favor of the...
But I don't think our plot has that same sort of need.
That, but it's still at the same time, I'll give an example here, as I just heard the story done, and I really laughed about this, is somebody said that they watched a guide that misled them, that there was only one outcome to a quest. They killed somebody not realizing that there was another outcome to a quest, and it changed the way that the NPC responded to them. And I think of situations like that where we go through things either with bad information from the metagaming side of life, or with incomplete information in the game.
But thinking of that same one, they might be talking about the spirit talkers in this case. I'm not sure if that's which guide are they talking about? Oh, well. By the way, but I still even thinking of the Clink. I know how. Maybe manic is not the right word. I know how devoted to your ideals you like to believe you are, But in this case, I'm still unconvinced. So I'm happy to have this discussion in an ongoing way, but I'm still on the suffer for your ways still.
So I'm okay with suffering for my ways. My problem is I think.
No, you're saying if you don't know, if you don't remember, if there's not enough information for you to remember. But to me, though,
If you're being good or bad, it just simply doesn't matter. There's no feedback.
except in the case of using the example of the person in the clink. So for those of you, you can la if you want. This is a small one. It's one of the very first things we did, and it needs revision for other technical reasons. But in Owl's Head, there's a woman outside whose husband or son, brother, is in the clink, in the back of it, and she's hoping you will go rescue him. And when you get to the back of the clink, he's basically all but dead, and he's gone wacko, and he will die. There's literally no way to save him. You cannot save this person. Your only choice is to let him stay there and suffer, or put him out of his misery, which he begs you to do. Now, that is your choice as to what to do, but if you put him out of his misery, when you get back out and the woman finds out what you've done, she hates you forever. And in my mind, that's good. And to some degree, that we're never going to make a system around helping you remember whether when you get back there or not that this person had a sister outside. If you forget or it's not in your scroll back, it's not worth creating a system in the game to try to inform you on the rare occasion that happens.
For the task list to say, Myra is asking you to save Myra. If the task list gives that simple information that the principle, what the desire of the principle is, so who you're helping, how you're supposed to help them, and what they're
Sure.
actually
Well,
doing.
if what you're asking for is an individual task for it to be more informative, we can easily do that.
That's all they
Then
can
just
do.
write that individual one up as an individual bug that just needs to say the task should say,
Although what is saving? Saving
That's-
from his
that's
suffering,
subjective.
and
That's
that's your
subjective. You
choice.
can't-
yeah, that's your choice.
You can't, yeah.
Really,
So, my version of saving was to give him the key.
her
the
opinion
bear
shouldn't
offered
play
food.
into what
I
you
offered
do.
him food. I gave him the key. I killed the bear. I called it good.
Right.
But I don't think he can accept the key, can he?
He's wrong.
Oh, you left the Jeff left the key. Here's your key to get out of your cage. Okay, well, let me take one more question before we wrap up, because I think we got to help them clean up this room a little bit before they lock it up. Any final question for today? Yeah, so we will try to provide you as many realistic options as we can. And by the way, to the degree that people think of ones that we didn't think of, like some of you may have heard that one of my quintessential bad designs that I saw in a King's Quest game that sort of reinforced for me what I never want to do in game design. It goes back to the story I was talking about earlier about if we were going to try to escape this room, we'd try the doors, we'd try the acoustic ceiling, try to go over the wall. If that didn't work, we're in trouble because there's probably pretty thick walls on the other side of this here. In one of the first couple of King's Quests, there was a path you were going around a mountain, and there was a Yeti blocking your way. And you had a gun. And you could shoot your gun at the Yeti, and the Yeti would dodge it and stay in your path. And so I tried to find anything and everything I could to get past this Yeti, and couldn't. And this was before the days of the internet, so you couldn't really get help that way. And eventually I found somebody else who had played the game who happened to be able to get past this place. And the answer was you had to take the cream pie from the downstairs shop, and you threw the cream pie in the Yeti's face, and we'd go, ah, and run off into the jungle. And I'm going, what an asshole game designer that was. because unless you were in the mind of that game designer, there is no way you could have rationally deduced that. And there was no clue in the game that that was the solution. You just had to guess that somebody would have thought that was funny. And to me, that's sort of the antithesis of game design. And so, or at least it's old school bad game design, and thinking. So if we ever put a thing in front of you, like there's the guy in that cage, and you're going, I have healing spells, I would like to heal this person, or he's got the plague coming off of him, and I've got a cure plague, whatever. You're going, that really should logically work. And in which case, we either should make it work, or we should give you a logical reason why it fails, and we should make it fail in the logical way. You know, oh, he's behind a metal cage and cure spells can't go through metal, and we better make that consistent through the whole world. You know,
Yeah.
whatever it might be. But we have to fulfill the reality that exists around you. That's one of my precepts that I drive into the team hard is our reality has to be internally consistent. And if you all find holes in that, then we will do our best to plug them. All right. Okay. Well, thank you all very much. It's been a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. And,